Welcome back to Purpose Project. I am your host, Leslie Pagel, and this season we're exploring what it means to live the beat of our own drum. In today's episode, I sit down with Brad Tunn, who shares how addressing alcoholism became the turning point in his life that allowed him to live in alignment with who he is and discover his purpose. Brad's story is honest, it's vulnerable, and it's deeply human. And you'll want to listen all the way through because at the end, Brad shares a little gift for you. Let's get started. Welcome, Brad Tunn, to Season 3 of Purpose Project. I'm so excited you're here, and we're digging into the topic of living life to the beat of our own drum.
Thank you so much for having me. Congrats on Season 3. That is awesome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It has been a journey, and each season builds on itself. And this season is really an outcome of Season 1, where I learned that to live a life with purpose, we have to be in this alignment between who we are, how we show up in the world, and the difference that we want to make. And Season 3 is really about understanding that alignment between who we are and our actions and how we show up. Because I believe that sometimes we let social norms keep us back and hold us back from our actions. And so I really want to talk to people like you who are pushing up against some social norms.
Yeah, I'm 41 years old and I say I'm starting to just now figure all that out, you know?
Really?
Yeah, it's a journey. It's a journey. And for me, I finally got to a point where I just felt free to be me and let go.
Yeah.
Let go. I was used to really wanting to control everything. So a big part of it for me has been just releasing that.
Yes.
Expectations on things that I don't control. So that's all been all part of it for me.
So how did you get to that? Take us through your journey.
Sure. My journey, a huge part of my journey has been that of recovery.
Okay.
So I first got sober in 2017 from alcohol. And it was a huge transformational time period for me where I went downhill fast. Long story short, with all that, somewhere in my early to mid 30s, I developed really debilitating anxiety.
Okay.
I started getting super anxious all the time. I had a newborn, I had a marriage that wasn't really what I set out to have. And along the way, I discovered that alcohol made me feel better.
And this is in 2017?
Yeah, 2017 is really when I hit that first sense of bottom, I would say, where I realized that I really had a problem.
Yeah.
And my journey has been not a linear one with it, but part of that getting sober the first time back in 2017 through COVID and all that was really turning my life around to a point where I was starting to become who I wanted to be.
Okay.
Starting to become. The fog was being lifted.
Right.
Right?
Was the anxiety being lifted with this, or?
The anxiety subsided somewhat, but as I look back on all of that, I was still trying to navigate life in a way that I presented myself as who I thought you wanted me to be.
Yeah.
And that's been part of my whole self-discovery. But through that sober time period, for me, I was able to start to take life as something that I could engage with, to really go out and be who I thought I wanted to be. And I found my now wife through all of that. I got divorced from my first wife through sobriety and got married to my second wife through all of that because I was the best version of myself that I knew how to be at that time. Right. But what I realized, and we can get further into it at any point, what I realized now, because I had a relapse period while married to my now wife, and I'm sober now over a year and a half.
Okay.
So we're talking early 2024 when everything flipped for me. In early 2024, it was the gift of desperation. I always thought that making myself small, putting on a mask to be the person you wanted me to be, not causing a fuss. I always thought that was humility. I always thought that was being small. What I realized though was I was rooted in self-centered fear.
Okay.
It was all fear.
What do you mean by self-centered fear?
So what I mean by self-centered fear is I was the center of my own universe. So if I were to be in any situation, it was, what are you going to think of me? What am I going to get out of this? Are you going to take what I have? Are you going to find out I'm not who me, right? So I think there's a misconception of self-centeredness means I have an ego, I'm better than you, right?
Right.
But for me, that was not the case.
Right.
It was all self-centered from a fear standpoint.
What are you scared of, though?
I don't think I knew who I was.
Okay.
I don't think I took the time to truly love myself.
Okay.
Because I'd spent years and years trying to be someone else.
Whoever
Who,
you were with
yeah.
wanted to be.
Yeah. And as I look back, that desperation of, okay, I got to let go. Because the fact of the matter is, in life, I have control over very little. Very little. The least of which is other people. We have no control over other people.
Right.
None. So why am I going around worried, changing, placating to other people in an attempt for validation,
Mm-hmm.
in an attempt for genuine, intimate relationships, if I'm not letting go of those expectations and just being me, right?
Did you have a sense of who you were, though?
Yeah, I think yes. It was in there. I think I was afraid to let it out.
Okay.
Because once I'm truly me, what if you don't like me then?
Right.
That's where I was.
That's the self-centered fear.
That's the fear.
Yeah.
So if I put on a mask and seek validation, maybe it won't hurt as much.
You don't like the mask.
You don't like the mask?
Yeah.
That's still not me. So I'll try another angle over here of who I am, right?
Right.
Vulnerability.
Yeah.
I had a false sense of what being vulnerable was. Like, I would let you get close, but not too close. I'm still gonna hang on. Like, I'm not gonna open up that way. Because I spent a lot of time in therapy and all that to uncover all of that. But it's like, if I let you see who I really, really am, what if you don't like it? But again, that's the self-centeredness, right? For me.
Mm-hmm.
And it took desperation. I don't know, like I'm a very spiritual person. I believe in God. So for me personally, for Brad, it was, I gotta give this stuff to God. I gotta.
So you let go of it to God.
Let go of it to God, right?
Okay.
Because it's been, I spent my 40th birthday in a rehab facility. Okay, so that was like, what am I doing? That I've been driving this ship, I've been conducting this orchestra of my life for 40 years. Why not let God conduct it? So for me, that was taking the focus off myself from my own life. And when I talk about that, I've had conversations with people, and that doesn't mean I don't set goals. That doesn't mean I don't aspire to be better.
Right.
Doesn't mean I'm not gritty. But what it means is I'm not attached to the outcomes of things I don't control, right? I'm not seeking the validation of an outcome.
I'm hearing this and I'm thinking, before you were attached, you were scared, and then now you've let go. But how do you do that? Because I don't imagine it's a flip of a switch.
No, it's not. It's not. For me, it's a daily intention. It's progress, not perfection. I am a recovering perfectionist as well. I'm a people pleaser. And that comes from, it comes from a lot, but it comes from a genuine sense of, I love connection. I'm very empathetic. You know, I walk into a room as an empath, I can feel the energy.
Yeah.
You know? So
has that always been the case?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And before I knew how to harness that, before I really knew what that was, like I would just take on the emotions, the energy of other people and make it my responsibility, which leads to anxiety. Leads to stress, leads to exhaustion, leads to so many things. But no, it's not a switch to be flipped. For me, it's a beautiful, beautiful journey to have that intention every day of letting go. Like, what does that mean? What does letting go mean? It's like a reminder every day. It's simple. It's being in traffic.
Yeah.
I don't have control over this other car that just cut me off, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have 6 kids at home. there's a lot I don't have
Oh my
control of
gosh.
there, right? There's a lot I don't have control
Right.
of there. And I still catch myself. Look, I still have bad moments, right? And for me, if I ever catch myself in a bad moment of frustration or even anger, it's because I had in my mind expectations on how something was going to go, and something outside of my control changed that.
Yeah.
Right? Which is every moment of the day for me.
Exactly.
Right? Every moment of the day. I'll be like, okay, it's I get off work at 5:30. We're gonna have dinner about 6:30. So between that hour, I can fold this load of laundry. I'm gonna empty the dishwasher, and I'm gonna take the dog out. Right? Boom, boom, boom. Brad's gonna get it done. Right? And I get like halfway through the first thing, and you know, someone's knocked somebody over in the house, and I'm tending to a wound or whatever. You know, I need my wife for a lot of that, but like. Now, not every time, but now I smile at that. That's the practice. It's muscle memory. If I want bigger biceps, I got to go work out in the gym.
Yeah.
If I want to be more present, that's the key, is presence. If I want to be more present, if I want to let go of things I don't control, I got to practice it.
Yeah.
And you start to notice it, right?
Give me an example.
Yeah, work. Work's a great one.
Yeah.
I'm in sales, right? I have my agenda on how I want things to go, you know, all the time. Or I put my best foot forward, and maybe it's not received well by superiors or another company, whatever, right?
Yeah.
We put ourselves out there on LinkedIn, right?
Yeah.
I don't have any control over how that is
Yeah.
received. And things still, my wife, I'm a sensitive dude, all right? I wear my emotions on my sleeve. That is who I am, for better or worse. Things still hurt me. Like the silliest things hurt me.
Yeah.
The silliest comments. But it's pausing. It's recognizing that people don't do things to me; they do them for themselves, right?
Yeah.
It's like the 2x4 rule, right? They don't do them to me; they do them for themselves. I'm not that important. Leslie didn't wake up today to get under Brad's skin, right? Like we're just being. Everyone's on their own journey.
It sounds a lot like mindset.
Yeah.
And being really conscious of what's going on in your mind and flipping it, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does it feel like that to you?
For sure. It's all mindset. I have a very regimented morning routine,
Okay.
which again is silly with young kids, right?
That's sometimes when you get your only time.
Oh yeah. That's my wife and I'll wake up. She wakes up earlier than me because she's crazy. But call it 5 a.m., right? Because my littlest one's going to get up at 5:45, 6 a.m., right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like my time. So I've learned, again, this is just like learning what works for me. That quiet time, I have to have it.
Yeah.
I have to. I'm not doing like intense yoga, or I do some meditation.
Mm-hmm.
That's been big for me. I may journal a little bit. It's just breathing.
Yeah.
It's just sitting. It's being. I talk to God a lot. I ask God for presence. I just ask for these things. Give me presence today. Let me be like. So what are Brad's things that he needs to look out for? Don't seek validation from outside sources. Help me to not seek validation from others. I just ask for these things.
Yeah.
When I don't, and I get a workout in, right? So when I don't, my wife will be the first to tell you. It could be halfway through the day, and she hasn't seen me all day, and she'll 2 minutes, and she'll go, "You didn't do your morning stuff, did you?" You can just
Really.
Oh yeah. I'm not my best self without it, because I'm constantly thinking of
And is this new since your recovery?
Yeah. There were periods where I would do these things, but they always felt like a chore before.
Okay.
They always felt like a chore, like a
Yeah.
checklist, which is why I couldn't maintain it.
Mm-hmm.
I always felt like, I gotta do that.
I got to do it.
Yeah, it felt like a chore. Like
Now, how does it feel?
now it feels like I can't wait to do it,
Yeah.
because I know what it means for me, and I know what it means for the people around me. Like,
And you mentioned that you're asking for specific things. Was that a part of your recovery too?
yeah, I think I find those things out as I go, and they can change.
Okay.
They can change. If I find myself being short with people, or if I have a certain situation coming up later that I'm starting to feel anxious about. A lot of it's general, though, because I am who I am at this point. We're always growing and evolving, but like I know what sets Brad off. Like I know when I start to feel anxious or upset or frustrated or all those things, and I really know what does it. So for me, it's I think the key to life for me is learning how to be present. It's learning how to be present. Like So we talk a lot about purpose.
Uh-huh.
What's my life's purpose?
Yeah.
And I think there's an overarching, deep-rooted sense of purpose. What's my long-term? I'm a father. I'm a husband. I want to leave a legacy. But my purpose right now, today, is talking to you right now. That's my purpose.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here.
So presence is connected to purpose.
Yes.
My purpose is to be present in every moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's where the magic sauce is. It really is.
How did you discover this?
So I'm a huge warrior. I stress, anxious, which led to searching for things that would calm it. What I realized, I would use alcohol to numb anxiety. I remember the first time I realized that worked. It's like, wow, that's amazing. I feel great. I can be anybody. And it worked until it didn't. Because what I found out quickly is you can't choose which emotions to numb. So like I can numb anxiety, but I'm also numbing joy. I'm numbing presence. I'm numbing anything, right? So, and you do that long enough and it makes all of your symptoms exponentially worse. So I've worked a lot on presence. Initially, it's to stop worrying about the future, and stop regretting the past. Just be here. I needed permission to do that, which might sound strange. Like I felt like I had to worry, I had to prepare for future events. I had to worry about them so that I was more prepared when they came.
Yeah.
Which is so counterproductive. So the situation I was super worried and stressed about, first of all, it's never as bad as I made it out to be. Ever. 2, I'm so exhausted by the time I get there for worrying about it. But I still do this today. So I'm introverted at heart.
Are you?
Oh yeah, I need to recharge in solitude.
Okay.
Right? I do. I love being around people. I feed off the energy. But then, like at the end of the day, I'm zonked.
Yeah.
I'm zonked. But I feed off that, and I'm a worrier. So now I over prepare. I was so anxious and like I would just survive off instinct.
Okay.
So in life, okay, like the temperature of the water, I'll figure it out after I jump in, right? We'll just figure it out. And to me, that's how I survived. Because other like preparation would scare me.
Okay.
Because what if I do all this and I'm still not where I want to be? I don't know, right? And I tell my boss, so I over prepare now, but I tell my boss like, if I'm getting on an in-person or a Zoom or whatever, that 30 seconds before the other person comes on, I could throw up.
Really?
Oh yeah, every time. And then once it starts, I'm fine. Every time. And that's just how I'm wired.
Yeah. Well, what are you saying to yourself?
I just breathe. Breathe. I kind of chuckle.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's like more of a signal that I care.
Okay.
You know, it's not a oh gosh, I hope this goes away. Oh gosh, you know.
Okay.
But that tickle in the tummy is still there. I'm still like, for me, it's like I just smile.
Is it a fear?
I think if I let it spiral, it would become fear. Fear, like it could be like, oh my gosh, what should I be worried? You know, like now I'm used to it. So like I expect it, and it's helpful to just have positive self-talk and all of that. So being present has been everything. Like I find myself now, I'm like with my kids, phones in the other room most of the time. I'm not perfect at it.
Yeah.
I love checking LinkedIn, but I'm like there, and like I find myself soaking it in. Soaking it in, which feels so good.
Yeah.
It feels so, I'm not worried about the next thing.
Yeah.
What I also do though is take time to look at, so like we're talking right now on a Sunday, right? So like Sunday scaries they call them sometimes, right?
Yes.
And preparing for a Monday.
Yeah.
I'll spend 15 minutes, maybe more if I have intense meetings next week, but like 15 minutes some point and just sit and just look at my calendar. This is your time to think about it, to see what's up. All right, you're good. Let it go.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
Those are some of the things that have helped me.
Yeah. Well, and the thing I like about that is you're allowing for that scary to exist. And not that it's really scary but the Sunday scary thing.
Yeah.
You're letting it exist, but not take over your day.
Right.
You're controlling it instead of it controlling you.
For the most part. Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
Again, it's all progress. Like, and I think what's really cool too is I start to notice improvements in myself now. So like practicing presence, it just snowballs. So I'm like, wow, I just got better at that than I did last week. Like I noticed those things.
Nice.
Right, which is it's really cool.
So what are some practices in presence?
Yeah, for me it's I love meditation.
Okay.
10 minutes in the morning. I'm a goober. I use apps like Insight Timer or Calm or whatever, and I just sit and breathe and follow my breath. It's just practice. To me, that's like doing a curl for muscle. Just breathe. I work from home. I'll go for a walk during the day between meetings, at least until we hit snowfall and all that. Then I'll have to get on the treadmill probably. But just step away, breathe, take things in chunks, and it's just. Yeah, that morning routine is everything.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, I feel like if I don't do that for whatever reason, I'll be chasing it all day, and like I'll get agitated, and I'm like, I'm not with it.
Yeah.
I'm not with it.
Can we talk about the relationships in your life during this journey?
Yeah.
Because I'm curious, before when you were an addict, there was a personality to you, and then now it's a change. And does that impact your relationships and how?
Yes. My wife and I were actually talking about this the other day, because what's interesting for an addict and a person in recovery is that in active addiction, if someone close to me had a boundary, I was constantly running over their boundaries.
Okay.
I was pretending they didn't exist. Trust how I acted, take advantage, manipulation, all of those things. And now, what I had to do, what I continue to do as a person in recovery, is with those same people whose boundaries I exploited, I set my own with them, right? So you have this really interesting dynamic with people in your life. So I'm really talking about like people close to you, like family or close friendships and all of that, right? If these people they were in your life before and now they're still in your life, I have to now set healthy boundaries for them because I need to move through the past.
Right.
Right? I need to own my mistakes, but I also can't live there. I can't live there. So that's a hard boundary for me.
What do you mean can't live there?
So you can't be in my life if you're going to hold that over my head.
Okay.
In any way, shape, or form. And that's a healthy boundary for me. And that's, at first, it's not difficult for me anymore, but at first it is because I feel like I want to apologize to everybody. I feel like I want to make right. I feel like I want your relationship back, right? I want you in my life. I'll do anything, right? And what you can end up finding is there are some people who will truly appreciate that and move through it with you and see you getting healthier and set regular adult boundaries, right? And want to support that and all that. And then there are people who the version of you that they know is the other one, right? And you changing that version of you that they know doesn't fit for them.
Right. This is what I was wondering.
Right? So
yes.
That is very difficult. That is very, very difficult. We teach people how to treat us, right? So if I'm not someone who holds myself accountable, if you can see that I don't respect myself, that I don't love myself, that I don't take care of myself and all that, I'm consciously or subconsciously giving you permission to walk all over me, really.
Yeah.
If people do that, whether they intentionally or not,
right.
as I've set healthy boundaries, as I've walked into this person that I feel like I was created to be, healthier, serving, it's, for the most part, allowed people to now respect new boundaries, right? And treat me in a positive light.
Yeah. Did you lose relationships? Yeah, friendships for sure. Most of my friendships
were drinking buddies,
Okay.
right? Like, so like I'm an alcoholic, right? So if you didn't drink like me, then we didn't hang out
Yeah.
because you don't understand me. We can't, I
Right.
don't need you making, like, you're certainly not going to sit here and judge me. So I'm going to go find people that drink like me and live their life like me so I can feel comfortable,
Yeah.
so I can get validated, so I don't have to think about my
Right.
mistakes,
Yeah.
my transgressions. So those relationships, a lot of them have just naturally dissipated.
Yeah.
Right? I do.
How does that feel? Was it okay to you, or
Yeah, it really was okay.
you know?
It really was okay because I don't have any animosity towards those people. I don't have any judgment. I mean, I was there. If they want help in their own right, any of that, I'm an open book. I feel like I have my best foot forward in those situations. Who we surround ourselves with is so
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. And I'm asking because going back to how we let social norms keep us back, and this norm of our friendship, the people that we surround ourselves with, and then the fear of losing that and feeling alone, like, oh, I don't have friends anymore. Does that keep us from getting sober and things like that?
It can. No, you're absolutely right. That's all part of the fear. We don't know what we don't know. So when I went to rehab in 2024, I had never done that before, right? I'd never really fully committed. It was 28 days away from my family,
Yeah.
no contact with the outside world, where I'm like every single day is getting into what's inside of you. Like what are these things? How can we unpack them? One of the things I learned is how critical it is to have community of people. So the other thing that came to mind for me as we were preparing for this and having this conversation is the social norms is I'm surrounded by people in my life who are not alcoholics, right? They're not addicts.
Yeah.
They love me unconditionally. They care about me. They want to help. But there's only so much they can do. Because I used to think that I needed to get sober so that I could live my life like someone who wasn't an alcoholic. So I need to get it right over here. It's going to be a part of my life, right? I'll have Brad getting sober over here. My whole family, my close friends who are non-alcoholics over here. Like Brad will be getting right over here. And then when I show up, when I'm in your life, like I'm you. I'm one of you. It's so funny to me now because I didn't know what I didn't know. I'm not wired that way. I am not wired that way. So there's only so much help. And I love my wife for so many reasons. She had every reason to walk out of our marriage. Every reason to. I lied, I manipulated. I mean, it so much. And she chose to seek to understand. She chose to truly understand that alcoholism is a disease. And she chose to understand that she couldn't ever fully understand how my brain works. Because she would see this sensitive, empathetic, loving, great father, like this man she married who was so great in so many areas of his life, but like he couldn't stop drinking.
Yeah.
When he saw right in front of him that his world was burning.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why is that? So the social norms and breaking through that for me was understanding that I'm surrounded by people who, again, love me, who care, who are giving me this advice. Like I was running my head into a brick wall for 30 plus years, wondering why I kept failing, taking the advice and the love and the compassion of non-alcoholics.
Right.
The minute I engulfed myself into a community of people who could fully understand the way everything changed. Everything changed.
Wow.
Because for me, so that is a switch that flipped.
Yeah.
For me is no, this thing I was trying to do over here, this is the focal point of my existence. This is the focal point of who I am. I have to make this the center so that I can be the person I was created, so I can be the best father, so I can be the best husband, so I would have, and this is the greatest gift I've ever received. It's a gift for me, it's a gift to be an alcoholic. Because I would have gone through life with a mediocre existence.
Yeah.
I just would have. I hate to say it, like I just would have. There would have been highs, there would have been lows. I was doing hip hop music, I was chasing stuff. but it was all self-centered stuff. But I would have gone through life like this. Like, I settled in my first marriage. I wasn't really engaged with life. Now, I have two choices every day. I have two choices. One is to be the absolute best version of myself that I can be, or lose everything. There's no one. And that's all I need, because I know which one I'm choosing.
Right.
I don't know if that, I probably went off on a tangent on your
No.
question, but like, when we talk about social norms, my social norms were people that were never going to understand the way I.
Exactly.
Wait.
Yeah. And you said that when you went into the facility or the therapy, that helped because you had this community of people that were like you, or at least a similarity there, right?
Yes. Yes.
So what is going through my head is just thinking about whoever's listening to this and then finding their community. Where's your tribe for the way that you want to show up in the world? And how can you find them and support them and them support you? So it doesn't feel like you're pushing up against social norms. It is the norm in your group.
You're 100% right. It is it, and you know what? Like, for anybody listening to this, and I speak from my own experience. You're not. I don't want to sound like a Hallmark commercial, but you're not alone with what you're feeling, what you're going through. What I guarantee you that there are people out there that truly understand, that have been there. It's a huge part of my purpose now. Is to just talk to people in recovery or struggling with anything. One of the biggest benefits and blessings in my life, I started getting active on LinkedIn like 4 or 5 months ago. And I talk about recovery on there a lot. And one of the biggest blessings for me in my life is the messages I get. People that never like or comment, but they see, and they're sending me messages. They themselves are struggling or have struggled. They're family members of someone who has struggled or is struggling, asking me. And what I wanted to mention with all that, first of all, it's been a huge blessing for me, but there is nothing you've done or nothing you're going through that people haven't, that someone like me hasn't heard. Don't be afraid to share your story. Don't be afraid to find your tribe. Don't be afraid to start living your life.
Yeah.
And I know how difficult that fear can be. I really do.
Well, and it's one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on the show, because I was following you on LinkedIn and just watching how you were showing up, and you are very vulnerable and you're very honest and you're very real. And I think that a lot of people are really attracted to that. We just want people to keep it real.
Yes. You know what? I keep saying, I'm a broken record now, but what I keep telling people in sales a lot, but in life, right? The bar's never been lower for connection.
Yeah.
The bar has never been lower to have real, genuine connection, because we are inundated. Like, look, I use AI all day, every day, right? For work, tells me how to fix things around my house, right? All the time. But when it's time to show up, just show up. Just be you. Just have the bar's never been lower, because people are so hungry.
I will speak from my own personal experience here. That is a social norm that is really hard to push up against. There are so many things, especially with Purpose Project, that I just want to share. And there are some times I'm like, I can't put that out there. Why? Why can't I? I do think while we say just keep it real, you keep it real, it makes it sound like it's easier than it really is. And I don't know why. Why is it so hard?
It can be hard. I can speak for me personally. I stopped trying to be cool a while back. As silly as that sounds, but like, I got the stick figure family on the back of the car. I'm dropping off at practice. You know, I'm doing all the things. I got the diaper bag. I don't need to be cool anymore. But you know what though? What the real answer for me is I've seen and felt and experienced the impact of other people. Being real. Yeah. And what that has meant to me. That for me has been the shove. The shove. And I truly believe that I have experience and things to say that could help at least one person.
Right.
And I know what it's been like for me to be helped.
Yeah.
And it also makes me, I don't know, like, I think that's what we're here for. everybody's voice. Like,
Yeah.
And experience. And
In some ways, for me, it is a way of holding myself responsible. If I put this out in the world, I'm going to hold myself more responsible for it than if I just keep it to myself.
it makes it real. Now somebody's gonna ask me about that later, or it's gonna be associated with me. I started rapping on LinkedIn, and now that's what people associate with me.
I love it.
And it's so funny, and that's totally cool. Like, I get a kick out of it, right? But you get that by putting yourself out there. What's key, and for me, is, and this is difficult. Like, I have to have a true sense of self. Like, who am I? The reason I say that is, whatever happens out there in the stratosphere, right, when I do put myself out there, whatever happens doesn't change who I am, right?
That's a good point.
So I have an 11-year-old son, right, Jordan, named after Michael Jordan. A little obsession there as a kid for me. But anyway, he's so good. He loves basketball, right? He loves it, and he's so good. But he's like his dad. He's a perfectionist, right? And he lives and dies with how his game goes, or one single shot, or whatever, right? And I find myself, it's a silly example, but I love you no matter what. I don't love you because you're good at basketball. Jordan, I talked to him like, Jordan Tunn is a wonderful person, regardless of what happens in his basketball game, right? You are not the outcome of your game. That is not who you are.
Yes.
That's very difficult.
It is difficult.
That's very difficult. Like, I, the individual, and the roles I play in life aren't who I am. They're parts of me. But I think that's why it gets so difficult to put yourself out there.
And you mentioned earlier that you're really sensitive.
Yeah.
So what's going through my head is, okay, you're putting yourself out there. You're also really sensitive. How have you learned to deal with any negative criticism or opinions and all of that without it getting to you?
It used to get to me. When I was doing hip-hop music for 8 or 9 years, the first couple albums I put out I was really proud of, but if it ever got like a couple bad reviews, or that would, like, I could get 10, 20, 30 really good reviews, and if I got a bad one, I'd just sit there and stare at it and just read it.
Yeah.
I'm like, this person's right. That's so right. Like,
oh
gosh, just because
not everyone, but most people do that too, right?
Oh yeah, it's like from a boss. You ever do like an end of year review with your boss, right? And they're like, "You are awesome in these 9 areas. Here's one thing I want you to work on." And I'm like, "What? You know?
You may not have to work on something. I'm not perfect."
So, like, how do I move through that? I don't know. Like, I've gotten better. Like, I'm older now. I've been through it. I understand that everyone's on their own journey. We're all just, deep down, every human being wants to be loved and accepted. Full stop. Yeah. Right? And we all have a different journey. And I can look around. I practice gratitude. That's a huge part of it. Practice gratitude. Somebody told me one time, and I wish I could give credit to who it was, but I can't remember, but I picked it up. Anytime I touch a doorknob, I think it's something I'm grateful for.
Really?
Yeah. That's like my cue.
Nice.
Just because I touch a lot of doorknobs. Well, maybe not during COVID, but like,
yeah.
Yeah, but that helps.
Yeah.
It really does. It, like, look at all this I'm grateful for.
Yes.
But it's a practice. It's a practice.
Yeah.
If somebody said,
are you better at it now?
Yeah.
Like detaching from the.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I'm better at it. Not perfect,
mm-hmm.
but better. Yeah. I mean, it's like, look around. Like, look. I feel blessed. Like, the road that I've experienced, like I said, I'm so grateful for. Now, I never want to experience it again. But the journey has, the regular everyday stressors that we all have, money, right? Family, health. Health is really important. But those are big deals. But, work-related stress or schedules or whatever, I just find myself pausing, being like, look what you've gotten through. Look what you've been through. Look what you... And I use that same mindset for if there are things upcoming in my life that I'm worried about. It's like, dude,
you've gotten through all this.
Look what you have gotten through, and you're still here. You're batting 1,000. Got through every single day at this point.
Yeah.
You're going to get through this one too.
Can we talk a little bit about your beliefs?
Please, yeah.
Earlier you mentioned your spiritual.
Yeah.
But what are some of your beliefs that are rooted in how you show up in this world? Are there certain beliefs that are just fundamental for you?
Yeah, I love that question. Thank you for asking it. I believe that every person belongs. I believe that everyone is worthy of love. That's a big one for me. I believe that I am not in control of very much. I do believe that God has a plan for my life that is greater than anything I could ever figure out or plan on my own. And I just have this deep rooted faith that the journey is where the joy is. I'll catch myself thinking about finite things. If I just gain this much muscle, if I just lose this much weight, if I just make this many sales, if I just this, if I just that, and then we get to those and then we set the next one.
Yeah.
Right? Goals are fine. But I believe in infinite. I believe in the journey is where the joy is, the presence, the experience, again, I just keep getting back to that. I don't know if I can really articulate that, but that is what I believe. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
And I hear through your beliefs, that is how you're showing up. You are just acting out your beliefs in a lot of ways. You're focusing on being present. You are focusing on love and all of those things. So it is, and again, going back to where we started, this podcast season is all about understanding our beliefs in a way and how they are connected to how we're living our lives.
Yes.
Yeah.
I as you were talking, I'm like, I believe that I can learn from any situation, any person at any time.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a cool thing.
That is.
It is. It's just a cool thing. I believe I can be of service and provide value. So like when I go into a situation now, a meeting, a conversation, whatever, the grocery store, I'm serious. Like if Katrina, my wife, texts me after I leave here and I have to stop at Kroger, my intention will be to be present just in case I can make an impact on somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Progress, not perfection. I'm not always great at that. If I'm running late or I'm self-absorbed or any of that, like that happens. Okay.
Yeah.
If I have too little sleep, like all those things happen. But I'm telling you, like my belief will be like, and maybe it's just an understanding smile at a mom who's got a kid with a temper tantrum.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's what fills my cup. I love that. That's the kind of human being I want to be.
Mm-hmm. When you look out into your future, whatever horizon that is there something that you're working towards becoming?
Yeah. You know, here's the way I view that. I do have certain finite goals, right? They're not the end all be all for me. So to answer your question, like I do have exercise goals. I do have healthy eating goals. I do have these things that are really like intentional for me that I really enjoy. Like, however, long term, like for my life, I have the belief that I just have the belief that beautiful things are going to continue to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait to experience them. And will there be adversity? Will there be tragedy? Yeah. Yes. That's life.
Right.
There will be. Will I have moments of doubt? Heck yeah. Will I have fear? Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Absolutely. All of those things. But I also know that being sober, letting go of control, and being present, like there's no way I could be better prepared to handle anything than that. So why worry? There's no way I could be in a better position to handle whatever. And I also know that life ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
Some days we're feeling it, some days we're not. I saw a great meme or whatever that was like, here's what like people think consistency looks like bringing the same amount of energy every day. But it's not. It's showing up when you're here. It's showing up when you're here. It's showing up when you're here. That's consistency. So that's how I view it. Is
I love that.
Yeah, it's awesome. That stuck with me, and I'm like, you're absolutely right. Like, thank you. That speaks to me. I want to see where life goes, and I'm excited to find out.
Yeah.
And just the openness of it.
Yeah.
For connection, I don't know.
Nice. What advice do you have for someone who might be holding themselves back from just being who they are? What advice?
Yeah. Talk to somebody. Say it out loud. Say out loud how you're feeling. Even if it's just to yourself. Say out loud how you're feeling. Make it real. Get it out of your own head. Share it with someone if you can. Reach out for help. You are worthy and capable of so many beautiful things. There is always hope. And I say that from a deep-rooted place of understanding. I say that from having experienced the darkest of depths. Just let someone know how you're feeling and start there. I have a mentor, we'll say, that told me when I was at my lowest of lows, and what he said to me in that moment is, we're going to do the next right thing. What's the next right thing right now? Right now. And then after we do that, we're going to do the next right thing after that. So in this world of overwhelm,
right,
of I don't know the answers, I don't know the outcomes, nobody does. Nobody does. If you think you're surrounded by people that have life figured out, they don't. They don't. They've decided to put one foot in front of the other. So do the next right thing.
Love it. Could you do a little freestyle?
Oh gosh. Yeah. You want a little something? Okay.
If there's a way to connect it into this topic, that would be great, but no pressure there.
Okay.
And while you're thinking, Brad on LinkedIn has Freestyle Fridays where he shares his raps with the world. And as he mentioned, every day he's posting about his journey. I'll put the link to Brad's LinkedIn.
Please connect with me. I love it. DM me. I would love it. Okay. We ready?
Yeah.
All right. The haze from the stage has got me in a rage. So crank up the Seeger. Watch me start to turn the page. Youth bound to shoot have got me in a daze. Living for the moment, having kids they can't raise. I give praise to anyone who has love for rap, but y'all lost your minds like your brains in your lap. Acting all tough, getting on beats to shout when you couldn't name 3 tracks on Reasonable Doubt. Cause all I need in this life of sin is me and my ink pen. I spit these lines to try and sustain ya. 1600s on lock as I'm on Pennsylvania. Smoking presidential, I ain't talking about the weed, cause with me on the mic, the country's under siege. Wind through the trees, I'm a cool summer breeze, but you can't have it all, I give a taste just to tease. Ain't no G in me, it's just a B in me. I get the feeling the whole world don't believe in me. But it's me, you see, quit hand feeding me. You wasn't there when I needed, we ain't family. If I were to die tonight, I don't need to go to heaven. Just spread my ashes in the 317. This cold world got me thinking evil plots. Y'all must have fouled out because I'm taking free shots. No more time to do the correcting. Forever 27 because I'm about to ride with legends. You don't even know me. Throw me in the same pack. 2 tats can't relax. 2 fists instead of gats. Spit gas and matches. My voice done been scratching. Like nails on the board when you have scalp patches. It's black magic way the words are popping out. I've been graduated while they steady dropping out.
Mic drop.
There we go.
That is awesome.
All right.
Thank you so much
Thank you.
for being
I
here
love you to death. Thank
and
you.
sharing your story and helping me and all the others. So thank you.
It's an honor. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Now, I'm not a therapist, but one thing that Brad talked about feels really important to name. Sometimes our social norms are shaped by the people that we surround ourselves with. Brad talked about during his drinking years, if you weren't a drinker, you probably wouldn't have been friends with Brad. When we choose to go against that social norm and we choose a different beat, for Brad, it was giving up alcohol. It can also mean losing some relationships in our lives. Yet when something is lost, much can be gained. And for Brad, he gained clarity, he gained alignment, connection, purpose, meaning. He gained his life, his rhythm, and his beat. Brad's story reminds us that living our drumbeat isn't always about adding something new. Sometimes it's about letting go of what no longer fits. Brad, thank you for being on Purpose Project, and thanks to all of you for tuning in. Purpose Project is brought to you for education and for entertainment purposes. This podcast is not intended to replace the advice that you would receive from a licensed therapist or doctor or any other qualified professional.